Alright, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, World War II Alternative Mod. So, like beforehand, right now MAZZA is on my mic, so I'm just going to explain what's going on. We're both playing as different powers. I'm playing as the Allied powers. He's the Central powers. I'm playing as France. He's playing as Germany. As you can see, let me pull up the factions, the Central powers so far. So yeah, we are going to be joining the Commonwealth powers, and hopefully keep history as it's supposed to be. So let's keep moving, and let me put him on mute first. Give me 1 second. Alright, now he's on mute again. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here we go. So, our plan is to build a hell of a defense wall across our front. We can't really rely on the AI because the AI is not going to help us as much as we want. He can rely on the AI because I'm not as good as him. But one of the things that we're doing is we're really focusing on pushing out guns. Guns. The more guns we get out, the more soldiers we can have. Once we have a good amount of soldiers, we're going to flip all production and put it into our artillery pieces. But it's going to be artillery 2, not artillery 3 when we do our upgrades. So yeah, on our research, we are focusing on field hospitals. That's going to be part of the support equipment. We're focusing on things that are going to help our units once we start making them, the modern and mechanized. So we are not we're not going to go fascist, but I'm just going to put that there. And we are going to build up another gun production just because we need it. So please ignore those because those are pointless. We're not really gonna be using those. And excuse my kid if you hear him, he's screaming from the top of his lungs upstairs. I thought these walls would be thicker, but they're not. So yeah, and maybe some of you guys can kind of put in the comments explaining exactly how I can drown that noise out so that it's not affecting what you guys are hearing. But anyway, we are gonna focus on joining the Commonwealth, of course, and we are gonna focus on building more and more guns, getting more and more soldiers, so we can fight the good fight. Alright, so there we go. We have some infantry coming in. We actually added on a new research, and the reason we're gonna do that is because that new research part is going to actually help with our land doctrine. Now, we have entrenchment bonus, right? That's because we are the French, I guess. But we're going to use that as entrenchment bonus, and we are also going to keep focusing on things that need to be developed. I didn't make no sense. I'm looking at a bunch of things as I talk, and whenever my kid is screaming, my wife is with him. Don't worry, everybody, nothing's going on. He's just probably upset because he didn't get enough crackers. If any of you have kids, you know exactly what I mean, and hopefully he'll stop crying sooner or later. Alright, so we have one more research slot. I'm tempted to put this in there, but not yet, because we're not going to be able to get those up anytime soon. But what we are going to focus on is getting air superiority. That's going to be a big thing for us. So yeah. Also, as you can see, production is going pretty well with this. Pretty soon here, once these are finished, we're going to focus on first we're going to focus on building these forts up. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Screw that. We're going to build a fort of men, of soldiers. We're going to build as many soldiers as we possibly can. And we're going to use that for right now. We're not going to let him and his German. We're not going to let these Germans just walk in. He's made one grave mistake, and that is putting. Now, this may not be a mistake for him. He's put forts everywhere. He's put forts on my front because I think his initial plan is to hit the Russian Empire, then come back and deal with us. So I think that's his initial plan. I don't think he wants to kind of attack off the break. Now, that being said, if we can get Antwerp and Amsterdam, that opens up the top of him for some victories. Okay, another thing that we are definitely going to do is we're going to get airborne, because with airborne I feel like I can possibly have a chance of breaking through his lines. With my production heavily on infantry, I feel that I might be able to get through those lines pretty easily. Not easily, but not as hard as what it's going to be right now. So yeah, we're just going to keep building up infantry. We're building a ton of infantry, guys. Okay. I want to get 100 divisions of infantry. That's my goal. See, the thing with him is he's going to have a good amount of soldiers on the front, but I highly doubt he's going to put 100 divisions when he's fighting the Russians on one side. So we're going to strengthen our democracy, and we are going to see if we can possibly help our construction speed. This gives us 5% construction speed, but I think there's something else we can do. Hold on. Ooh. We could become fascists. Let me see something. If we don't do that, we can't do it. No way. Even though that'll make our country stronger, but if we go down here quickly, we might be able to get Italy. And the Germans are going to fight the Allies anyway. I don't know what to do. Let's just go. Let's just keep with the... darn it. It's alright. Okay. I don't know if that's going to bite me in the ass later. Alright, well, if it does, you know, whatever. Okay, so civilian military factory. So we're gonna get this because this is gonna help us produce military factories quicker. He already picked that up probably like 5 minutes into the game. So yeah, we're up to 39 military factories, which you guys are gonna be surprised how many he has. We actually are keeping up with him, which I'm very surprised with. Usually I'm nowhere in sight of him. Alright, so we have 10 new divisions. We're going to add them to the front. We're going to get them exercising, doing what they're supposed to do. We have probably about 20 divisions coming up, and what we're going to do actually is we're going to go for another 2 full divisions, because if we can get these guys out quickly, there's no point in waiting, because it looks like we can. So we're just gonna keep going. Alright, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so we're gonna keep producing. If we can produce those guys, we're gonna produce them. Our unity is in the pits. So that means we're gonna capitulate faster. So hopefully this strengthens the democracy and pushes back against the fascism. So yeah. Even though I would prefer to go fascist, if I went fascist, I would definitely have to invade Belgium and Brussels, and ally Italy. If I don't go fascist, oh my god, definitely should have probably went fascist, because now we're going to be fighting on 2 fronts. The Spanish. So this new army that we're building is probably going to go down there and fight. We need to build some mountaineers. So we're going to get some units of mountaineers going. Okay, so defense. Like I said, we're not going to be doing that, so we're going to focus on that. And we're going to continue to focus on that. We're going to have a ton of divisions coming up. He won't know what hit him. I'm telling you, he's not producing as many guns as us. There's no way he is. Because he's probably focusing on tanks and everything else. So we're going to keep focusing on trying to get air superiority. And we're going to keep exercising our guys. Kuban and Stavropol. Alright, so the Russians are going to be going to war with Ukraine. Means they're going to be going to war with the German Empire soon. Alright, so we're going to keep producing men. We're going to go with free trade. This is going to help us a little bit. 5% boost to production of these military places. If you hear somebody running, once again, those are my kids. Usually I don't, actually, yeah, all the time I film, there's something going on. But they're usually not that loud. So we're going to build some mountaineers just so they can go on the front with Spain and push them back. So we're going to build about 10 of those and spread them across there. So right now, apparently we're having a little bit of issues with artillery, which I thought I took off of that. So I don't know why we're having problems with it. But let's go back and see what the issue is. Did I add it back or did I just not take it off? 1.6 a day. Let's go with this like that. Actually, we don't have time. We're gonna have to remove this. There we go. Get those units out. So now we're gonna have units flying out, guys, because nothing is gonna hold us back from it. So once those units are in, we're going to be dividing them up between the two. We're trying to get them full setup, of course. So yeah, we're not going to do any more of that. We're going to just focus on building units. I want 1 million men is what my goal is. Right now we're probably at Army 1.16 million. Division wise, we are almost comparable to him. We probably are short about 20 divisions, but soon he'll be fighting the Russians. Right now we have 84 divisions to his 35 on his front line. Now, like I told you before, he's actually amassed on the front there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend our front right here. He doesn't know how many divisions we have. Well, he does, but he doesn't know how many we're going to be producing. So I'm going to keep those divisions down there. And we're going to get those coastal forts up. And we're going to actually have to build another set of divisions for down here. Just because these guys in the south are going to be a little bit of an issue. Man, my kid is just going crazy. He's not getting his way, and this is how kids act. Blah, 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 blah. I know you guys can probably hear him, but it's okay. Trust me. There we go. Okay, so the war has started between Ukraine and the... So this is, they've joined the Axis, they've joined the Central Powers. So once Germany joins that war, I'm like, what is it? Into another war, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I have 97 divisions. Okay. Alright, he has stopped training, so we are going to stop training too, because he is ready to attack. 97 divisions to his 97 divisions. We're going to add these... No, we're going to add these guys to our front. With my divisions totally against his divisions, he's going to have to put a lot of manpower into fighting me. So he's not going to have that spare manpower to do what he wants to do anymore. He's going to have to equal or try to equal what I'm doing. But he has 35 divisions up here. Did Belgium join the Axis, the Central Powers? They sure did. Yeah, so there we go. The Ukraine is falling. Belgium has joined the powers, and if Spain joins, we're in a little bit of a problem until we get our mountaineers up. Once we get our 20 divisions of mountaineers up, it should be good. What are we missing here? Oh, it should just be infantry equipment. I don't see the problem. Okay, so it's coming up. So right now we're equal. Okay, so that means man for man we're pretty equal on that front. Down here we are very outnumbered. So equipment is still being produced. We have a ton of equipment that needs to be produced. We're going to be a little bit behind on everything. I mean, he's Germany. He didn't have the negativity political power, and his ideas are going to be through the roof. And that's just how it is. So if we can hold on and join the Commonwealth, we should be okay, hopefully. World tension needs to get to 75. So our states in Africa, the goal is not to do anything with that. It's just to try to hold on as much as possible. Once all these divisions are up, we're going to totally transfer all our factories into producing artillery pieces. Well, all but one. We're going to still do infantry pieces. We might have to go to artillery 1 just because I don't think we're going to have enough time to go down that second line. We do need to build up more military equipment in the back here. Put some more here because we don't need him busting through and just totally warping our military equipment. So we have those 10 coming up. I'm hoping the Spanish don't join the Axis, the Central Powers, but most likely they will. And once this comes up, once that world tension goes up, which I know the Germans are over here fighting. I know they're over here fighting, and they're starting to win, I think. Yeah, look at that. So what we can do is send a couple divisions to, hopefully, can't even do that yet. It's just the world power is not high enough. So even if anything we do, it's just not going to be high enough. We can't send divisions. We can't pretty much do anything. He has the upper hand because he has better units. We're not going to be able to push against those units because he's built up forts everywhere. He has 60 units versus our 100. And like I told you, we're going to be focusing heavy on defense. So yeah, we have 100 divisions, but we are not going to be able to push through that. We should have about 20 more divisions coming up, and then we're going to switch 2 of these to be more of our artillery pieces. This one, of course, is going to go to the right about here. So that's done. We are going to focus on army effort now because we are heavy in our army. That's what our main focus has been. Alright, so our mountaineers are starting to pop up. If we can join the Commonwealth or the Allied powers in time, we should be okay. Alright. So 9 divisions. We're going to put them on the Spanish border. That would give us twice as much than what we need. And we're going to get these other divisions out, and then we're going to have a good amount of soldiers on both borders. Once all these divisions are done and complete, then we're going to focus on artillery and tanks because we'll have a ton of infantry units to start the war off with. So we're not even going to worry about making another set of these. We're going to go to 1. Just 1 set. That's all I want. Alright. So those mountaineers are popping up pretty nicely here, and we actually can beat the Spanish. If he makes the Spanish join, we're gonna beat them. Yeah, we can beat the Spanish. And once we get those artillery pieces in and all that other support equipment that we needed for our front line, we should be able to make a pretty good push against against the German, against the Central Powers, or the what are they, the Balkan Brothers, whatever the hell they were called. So if he makes Spain join, we should be okay. We need to get more supplies and steel. I knew we were gonna need steel. Alright, so we're gonna just ask for a little bit more from them. We should be having convoys as well. Our convoys should be coming up. There we go. Our political power is a little bit better. We're low on manpower, but we are in limited conscription right now. So we still have extensive service by requirement, all adults serve, and then if it comes down to it, we can pull up a ton of men on that one. So the goal of this is not for Paris to fall. Of course, right? Alright, so these divisions are going to be pretty much done pretty soon here. Our southern border is protected, entrenched. We still need to probably focus on they're getting crushed, and that's a problem. He's gonna be able to outproduce me in factors. Can't do nothing about it though. So I mean, it's just gonna be an issue. He's always gonna beat the Soviets. That's all he does. He plays this game and then beats the Soviets. Maybe I could have joined them, but I couldn't, and I can't even like start a war with them. There's no, I just can't. So I wish this mod was a little bit more, you know, realistic. And another thing, Italy is going to be joining the Central Powers, so I'm going to be surrounded by Central Powers pretty much. But that's the name of the game. So we are going to wait till these guys come out, and we're gonna actually go for this because this is gonna help tremendously. Because recording. Alright, he might do it, may not. I don't know why I let him host. It's just easier for him to host. And for recording, I don't know why I let him host. Alright, so we're gonna push these guys on the front. We got 100 divisions on the front. We can't really attack, but we're gonna see if we can, and our goal is gonna be right here. See, that plan has almost zero chance of working because of those forts. So we're at a little bit of issue right now. Alright, we're gonna try to get that artillery too up, and we are gonna get 15% added onto political power, which will give us 1.15, 1.3. Oh, okay, that's even better. 15. Is that 30%? Okay, whatever. Alright, so we're gonna keep throwing these divisions into it. Just like that. And now that all of these divisions are done, we're gonna go ahead and edit this, and we're gonna add those artillery pieces, the ones I was telling you about. And we're even gonna put one in, I'm gonna put engineer and support, just like that. Perfect. Now, we're gonna need a lot of equipment. So we're actually gonna use this one as artillery pieces. And we're gonna bring this down to 1, and then we're gonna take all of that and put it on that one. Alright, so we're really gonna focus on producing these artillery pieces. We need to get some tungsten. And hopefully the tungsten will help us produce a little bit faster. We're going to focus on defense like I told you, but the biggest thing is going to be our infantry focus. And we still need more. What do we need more of? Oh, we need more tungsten. Alright, so we're going to go up to 4. It's going to hurt our production, but we need those artillery pieces bad. And on top of that, we're going to need 10,000 artillery pieces. We're only producing 4 a day, 10 a day. So we might even need to cut back on this. We'll cut that one all the way back. We just want to keep that there so that the production is still going. And we're going to add another one. There we go. Yeah, so not only do we need this, but we also need we're also going to need infantry equipment. We're going to need more equipment for our infantry units. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we have just enough. Our manpower is a little bit low because we're adding these artillery pieces to our front lines, and hopefully over time that's going to help us, because right now the Germans have 85 divisions on our front line. Yeah, so and if this was more of a fair fight, yeah, he has a good amount of divisions. And he's going to pick up even more military from defeating the Soviets. He's not going to lose to the Soviets. There's no chance he's going to do that. Hopefully the world tension will keep going up to 50%. And I might be able to send maybe 10 divisions to fight him in the Soviet Union. I don't know how much that's going to help. But right now, things are looking a little bit better, just because we're adding those artillery pieces to our front lines. And if we can keep adding them, right now we're probably producing well under where we need to be. But hopefully that would pick up. Our national unity is still in the crapper, because we have for 365 days we have fascist people that want to take over the country. But once we get our everything good to go, we're gonna actually pick up this one, and yeah, well, something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just thinking about him and his attack against the Soviet Union. I don't know if we can ally to them, which would be excellent, but we can't. The Central Powers are growing and growing. So yeah, we have roughly about 140 divisions. And we're focusing right now on those artillery pieces, trying to get as many as we can into our infantry, our front line infantry. I wanted it to be artillery too, but you know, it's one of those things where You can't do nothing about it. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to take our reserves and we're going to make them into our actual front, or just another group of divisions. Yeah, so we're going to make them into the natural division group that we have that's not on our front lines, and just so we can get past that 100 and some odd divisions. Another thing that we need to do is, I don't want to conscript yet. I'm tempted to get the industrial research time down, but I'm also tempted to focus on this and get the defense up. Division defenses. Yeah, let's do that. Just, no, not yet. Darn it. Let's see what we can get here. Political. Let's go with this. Oh, we can't. God, we still got to get more. Alright, as you can see, we're stronger on the front. One, because are they exercising again? Yes, they are. So that's what we're going to do. Well, he has one division exercising. So we're going to take... I think he has to fabricate a claim on us. I'm not 100% sure. So, if the German war goes against Puppet, I don't know if he has a claim on us. If he has a claim on us, it's not smart to do this. I don't know if he does, because if he does, we're in a heap of trouble. Because all he would have to do is declare war right now, and boom, we would be done for. So I'm going to bring this division actually up here, just because if there is a mountainous region, I want them to be on top of it. Well, there isn't, so, or maybe there is, I just don't see it. So we're actually going to put that one back and we're going to bring them down here. 20 divisions on our southern border. We're down to about 157,000 men. That being said, I don't know how well our support equipment and all that stuff is going to do. We are going to put field hospitals into it too, but we got to wait a little bit. Because once we switch to the field hospitals, we're doing pretty good on filling these. Once we switch to those field hospitals, once we switch to support equipment, we can start focusing on the field hospitals, and that will help our manpower. Effects of factors, there we go. So that should help our national unity, which is great. And that is going to end, once again, that's going to end our time, just because we it's going to end our time because, yeah, the time is up. Alright, so thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys, and I think most likely with the world tension being up, and once he starts annexing, well, he's having to fight this. We might be at war next time, I don't know, but as you can see, we both have huge armies, and yeah, so you guys tune in next time, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.